Hey everyone, my name is Anders, and today we're going to go over the test server update for the week. Awakened Nova got some class balance changes, Starfall cooldown has been reduced to 10 seconds, Excel Royal Fencing Remise damage has been increased by 30%, Excel Royal Fencing Flash damage has been increased by 20%, Excel Stars Call damage has been increased by 20%, Excel Frozen Ring damage has been increased by 10%, and Slicing Ring damage has been increased by 15%. For Awakened Kuno, got some class balance as well. Moonstorm damage has been increased by 37%. Sosprey of Sonin damage has been increased by 25%. Flow Pinwheel Fury damage has been increased by 35%, and Half Moon Slash got some C-swap fixes and now links more smoothly when used to the right. That was it for class balance this week. I'm hoping we see more fundamental changes to more classes next week, hopefully. RBF will now keep you on the side you first entered, so if you enter RBF and you try to leave to swap sides, this will not work anymore. Crystal recovery has been improved, so now with this update, when you die and your crystals break, you can recover your crystals as before, but now you can do so up to 3 times a year as long as it is within 72 hours of you losing the crystals. And if you lose multiple crystals in one death, you can recover all of them with just 1 recovery token. You can see all the crystals you have lost through PvE death in the crystal recovery UI and select which set of crystals you want to recover. They also made a point to say that you will still be limited to 3 total recoveries per year if you include the ticket recovery option when you die from a server disconnect, for example, and then you make a ticket to customer service to ask for crystal recovery. That method plus the in-game crystal recovery method will only work up to 3 times a year. Guild as a keyword has been added to the Find My Items search function. Ulukita grind spots have been improved for classes that run evasion, so accuracy of monsters at these areas have been reduced by 21 to 23%. For Darkseeker's Retreat, some attacks will now deal normal damage instead of burn damage as well. This allows you, on paper at least, to take less damage grinding these areas than before if you run enough evasion. Crypto Resting Thoughts CC of monsters has been changed to apply only stun or stiffness CC. Dekia Olin's Valley got some changes as well. The health of Colossus is now 15% higher than before. The left arm attack pattern will apply at 70% health instead of 60%, and the amount of trash loot obtained has been increased by 5 times. Dark Rift's cooldown will now be a max of 7 days, so if you want to run your Dark Rifts on the same day every week, this is now possible. The improved Guild Galley has been introduced to the game. This is the next tier of galley for guilds and will require some steps to obtain. There are a total of 14 cannons, so 7 on each side that you can use on this ship by players. 10 additional players can go down a hole to the lower deck and play a mini game that will greatly increase the speed of the galley through a new mechanic called Wind Energy. Using this will allow you to accelerate forward at high speed. Once the bar is depleted, you will need to do the mini game again to recharge the wind energy gauge. Improving the Guild Galley itself from the current version you have right now will work much like the other ship improvement paths we have in the game. So you gather the materials, run weekly guild quests, and once you have all the items, you can improve your galley to this new version. There is also a new set of green gear for this improved Guild Galley that you can purchase from any Guild Wharf manager as well. I'll tell you right now, I have PTSD from crafting our own Guild Galley on EU years ago, but this looks a lot easier than that process was, so not entirely difficult, I think, for even smaller guilds. My only concern is that there really isn't much use for something like this outside of, a glorified taxi, so we'll see if they give us more ocean content announcements when it comes to Calcium Ball in a couple of weeks. Lastly, we have news that apparently Easy Anti-Cheat, which is the anti-cheat engine used for BDO, will be replaced with the Korean anti-cheat engine XIGNCODE. This is not a good change, not really because of privacy concerns in my opinion, but because it's a reaction to the macro drama in Korea right now. This will maybe detect more users who do use macros at a rudimentary level, but the problem will not magically go away by using XIGNCODE over EAC. I've been playing a long time. I've been playing BDO for years, and I remember when we had Kakao as a publisher, we had XIGNCODE, and people still used macros, people still speed hacked, still botted. Nothing changed except when Perlibis took over and they announced XIGNCODE will be replaced with EAC. People that had never played BDO saw that as a good thing. They wanted to try the game out. Macro users still existed. People still speed hacked. Cheaters are gonna find a way to cheat in any game. That's just how it is, sadly. And I think it's better to look at why they are using macros if macro use is such a problem in a specific region. Solve that issue through in-game design maybe, not by implementing more aggressive anti-cheat systems across all regions that will make players upset. But that's just my 2 cents. They will give prior notice, of course, if this does indeed go ahead and get implemented, but all we can do is hope that the Korean player base doesn't like the change and they say something. But that's it for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I hope your Flame and Kabuo grind is going well in Darkseeker's Retreat. If you haven't tried it, I suggest you do. As long as you have 301 AP and maybe close to 400 DP, you should be fine. Though it's pretty crowded right now and money isn't bad, so if you want to play the market and buy the items eventually, that could be possible in a month or so. But as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.